How to be productive during quarantine. I literally haven't talked to humans today, so excuse me while I try to get back in the mood. YesReneau, are you okay? It's fine. I'm fine. Okay. So, one thing I do every single Sunday since like February or March is I've been meeting with my accountability partner. It's the same guy who wrote the book that I recommended to you guys in one of my other videos. Focus on the book. Essentially, him and I, OS and me, we get together every Sunday and we talk about like what didn't go well this week and what we can improve for the next week. One thing we've been talking about ever since COVID hit is how we essentially have this like big block of time right now with quarantine, with lockdown, that nobody's really scheduling out for us. It's like kind of this blurry gray area of like isolation we're all going through right now. And what Wes has mentioned is that he feels like if he gets to the end of this giant block of time and he doesn't have something tangible to show for it, then he's gonna kind of be like, where did all that time go? These past 4 or 5 months, it's kind of felt like they've been the slowest months ever, but also they've passed like that, right? And so if you really don't focus on what you want, time can get away from you. And so we both kind of more or less agreed that like this time is a time to become really like self-focused and figure out what we want and work like heck to go get it. I think that's a really interesting thing right now during quarantine because a lot of people are most productive when they're around other people. We're social creatures, and having that element of socialization ripped away from us, it's kind of like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I don't know about you, but I've just been feeling like a Jack who works. And because of that, I've noticed myself not really looking forward to the days and kind of procrastinating my work because, you know, what is there to look forward to after I do all my work? Oh, falling asleep and doing more work. But I've been thinking about this, so okay, if like socialization is the problem, well then why don't I try to recapture that during this period? Right now is a really inefficient time to hang out with other people. And so you resign yourself to being like, okay, quarantine really is me time.
I won't be lonesome. I've got all the friends I need right here. This is Penny. And Chip. And say hello to Used Napkin.
So what can I do, given that I want to be more productive, but given that it's also made slightly more difficult by this fact that, like, life's not as fun right now? What do you do? Great question. Here's what I do. I just flip myself onto default mode and I autopilot through life. Wouldn't that be nice? If we were robots, then we wouldn't have to think at all. It's probably our future, TBH. But right now, what do? I was looking at this one girl's YouTube video where she was talking about how really anybody can accomplish like an incredible amount in 6 months if they really set their mind to it. And she's like, but what you have to do is you have to only pick like 1 or 2 things that you really focus on. But the crazy thing right now is that we're all so disempowered in certain aspects of our life, right? Because things are so uncertain. People may want to prioritize work, but that might be up in a state of flux right now. Like they don't know if they're gonna lose their jobs, they don't know if their businesses are gonna go under, they don't know what's happening. Or if social life's what they wanted to focus on, well, that I already mentioned is out the window, right? So I personally have picked something to focus on that I think is really interesting. I'm prioritizing number 1, my health, right? I'm trying to weightlift. I'm trying to gain essentially 1 pound a month. And what I think is really interesting about that goal that you can apply to your own life is that it's something that even during this time when everything's uncertain, it's something that's relatively under my own control. And it's something that, like Wes mentioned, is going to be tangible and you'll see the results of at the end of this time in quarantine. And I think that's incredibly important. Which, by the way, please guys go vote for me down below. I'm trying to get on a cover of a fitness magazine. I'm number 2 right now. I need to be number 1 to progress on. Let's do this. Productivity doesn't necessarily mean work yourself to freaking death, but it means like you want something. at the end of that time. You want something for your efforts. But the second part is like, how do we make ourselves more efficient? And during this point in time, where like your mental state like can literally deteriorate because you're like, what's the point of getting up at 7 in the morning when I could get up at 3 p.m. and no one will know the difference? It helps to have something that you can look at every day. By the sheer fact of like seeing it and being like, that's my thing, that's my one thing, that's my thing, that at the end of this whole thing, I want to be a thing. And maybe that's my point. Efficiency during lockdown, yeah, for some people that might look like head toward the grindstone and go, 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 grind, grind, grind. But for other people, we're just trying to get through this period. And efficiency for us, productivity for us, looks like having something to show when this is all said and done. You picking up what I'm putting down? Maybe not. This wasn't a scripted video. In fact, I was actually planning on doing a channel trailer today, but I have a mosquito bite right in the center of my forehead, and I thought, oh, how awful would that be if every single person who comes to my channel sees that monster? But hey, here I am, still being productive, so maybe I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. Oh, that is really how she's gonna end it. Yep. I want to say a quick shout out to the intern who was with me all summer. Cindy, I really miss you. Thank you so much. Also, by the way, everybody else, subscribe to see more videos and hit the bell so that you do not miss a single one. Also, go watch more videos. Bye.